Hello everybody, my name is Melissa Rebronja, your heart healer, and today we are talking to KAMAL MOUMMAD.
That's right.
Welcome, KAMAL.
Thank you.
So KAMAL and I met at the gym.
That's right. At the gym.
And then we added each other on Instagram, and then I saw that you were traveling to all these exotic places, one of them being Morocco.
Mm-hmm.
Salam, salam, salam.
And you're on a camel, and you're on the desert. And then I asked you some more questions, and I discovered that you are an actor, a peace ambassador, and a humanitarian. So tell me a little more about all those things that you do.
First and foremost, hello everyone, and thank you so much for your invitation and for giving me the opportunity to speak about my journey. I came from France. I was born and raised in Paris. I'm originally from Morocco, but I came to the United States to play college basketball. So basketball was always my dream. I dreamed of playing college and then playing in the NBA. I did fulfill my dream of performing and competing in the NCAA Division I college basketball here, and then from there I transitioned into a professional career in basketball, and then an acting career, modeling career first, doing a lot of sports modeling and things of this nature, into commercial work, and then from there I took classes, and I truly developed a passion for acting.
Nice. So when you were just recently in Morocco, you were shooting a film.
That's right.
So tell us a little more about that film, because it's a specific...
Exactly. I just came back. I shot a really, I would say, incredible film, because it's a real story. It's based on real character, and it's the story of a spy from Spain. His name was Domingo Badia, and he had a pseudonym. He pretended to be a Muslim. He pretended to be someone that came from Syria, from the Abbasid descendants. So they created Charles IV of Spain at the time, was advised that in order to gain the trust of the Sultan of Morocco, the Sultan Moulay Slimane, in the beginning of the 20th century, in the 1900s, he was advised that it would be great to perhaps send someone that spoke language, spoke Arabic, understood the Quran, understood the culture, and could regain the trust from the Sultan in order to orchestrate a coup.
Okay, so you played that character.
No, I played, I know, everybody asked me that question. This character is played by a Spanish actor. His name is Rodolfo Sancho. He's well known in Spain. He does a lot of TV shows and so on, but I really love working with him. But when Domingo Badia, aka Ali Bel Abbasi, gets to Morocco, the Sultan, he does indeed gain his trust, and the Sultan gave him a palace, and then he gives him a slave named Salam. Salam was half Moroccan and half Spanish. Half Moroccan and half Malian.
Okay.
And then Domingo Badia gives him his freedom, and he becomes his loyal servant and his friend. So there's a great story within the story.
So you play the...
I play Salam.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Salam, 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 Sultan Eman. Salam, 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 Sultan Eman.
Yeah, it's a great story, and I loved going there because what happened is film. First of all, I worked with a great director. His name is Soothe Ben Barka, 75 years of age, someone that's been doing it for like 50 years, and he's one of the best directors in Africa. And he's originally from Mali as well. But the great part of this film is that we got to shoot in some of the most beautiful cities in Morocco. We shot in Ouarzazate, Al Foud.
Yeah, the pictures are beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It
stunning.
was
Absolutely.
incredible. We went to all these historical sites.
Beautiful.
So
And where will people be able to see this film? When is it coming out?
it's as we speak, it's still in post-production. It's a co-production between an Italian production company and a Moroccan production company. So they're still doing the editing, but the film is being dubbed in 5 languages. It will be in Italian, Spanish, French, English, and Arabic. So
Wow.
I'm not sure exactly where it will be in the United States. We already have distribution for South America, Europe, Africa. So they're still trying to find distribution in the United States, but I'm sure they want to also enter the film festival circuit.
Very nice. So how did you become a peace ambassador?
How did I become a peace ambassador? First of all, becoming a peace ambassador was probably one of the proudest moments in my life because I felt like it was almost bestowed upon me. You get what you give. So I've always an ambassador for love and peace and just interfaith dialogues and try to understand each other and help one another and treat people the way ultimately you want to be treated. But the way it happened really is I have a really good friend of mine. She's the honorary consul of the Republic of Senegal here in Los Angeles. Her name is Mam Toukoulombai.
Okay.
She's from Senegal. And I'm very close to her and her family and her husband and so on and so forth, her kids. And she became the peace ambassador for Senegal.
Okay.
Because she's very involved with a lot of consular court and diplomatic people. And when she was talking to the woman that started this campaign, her name is Paula Finningham. She's in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay.
She mentioned my name, saying, I know someone who will be perfect for the Republic of Morocco. So it kind of happened in conversation, and then they did their due diligence, they did their research, and they encouraged me to apply, and I did, and then I was named the peace ambassador for Morocco first. But that was a year ago, and now I just recently became the regional director for the Greater Middle East. So I'm in charge of the
Wow.
entire region, yes.
So what does that mean for people that don't understand?
Sure. Well, most people, when people have here, or at least in the West, in our countries, people have a definition of peace. When you think about peace, for us, it means the absence of war. People just assume that if there's no conflict, if there's no war, God forbid, we are at peace. And in reality, it's not the case.
Yes.
A lot of people are not at peace, whether
Yes.
it's here or abroad.
You have to actively stand for something that isn't war.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's also the fact that peace, the mission of this nonprofit, which the nonprofit is called Global Prosperity and Peace Initiative. But I'm also starting my own nonprofit as well, so I can collaborate with them. But I love their mission. Our mission is because our mission is to really increase the level of prosperity, peace, and love in the world. And that,
Beautiful.
yeah, it's a beautiful mission. But there's a recognition of the fact that peace is linked to prosperity. Whether it's a spiritual prosperity, it could be also a prosperity at work, with your family. A lot of people that in those places or in some countries, they don't know how to start their own businesses. They don't know how to really increase the level of prosperity, which will ultimately increase their level of peace. So having a peace ambassador here in the United States was able to find national peace ambassadors. So in my country, in Morocco, I found a great national peace ambassador. His name is Hamza Spy. He's in Agadir, Morocco. And he's been doing a fantastic job in, first of all, helping me understand the reality in Morocco, what Morocco needs. And Morocco is such a diverse country. I'm probably going to need different national peace ambassadors in different regions. But just to give you an example, when you are able to communicate with the people on the ground, you can, just define and better comprehend what the reality is and help them,
Yes.
find a way to increase peace and prosperity. So it's been fun because I got to travel. Now that I'm the regional director for the Greater Middle East, I've been to Jordan. I went to Qatar. I was in Egypt. Plan on going to Israel and the Middle East.
Wow.
Going to
wonderful.
the West Bank, going to Lebanon. All those countries, it's countries that I want to. It takes time, but
Yes.
the great thing is we can do it now because we have so much ways to communicate, via social media.
Yes.
You could find people overseas and people that have the same type of mentality that wants to do good, or people that are already doing it. The better thing is to find
Yes.
someone who's already doing the work.
Wonderful. And what's it like being Muslim in the United States? now?
You know, it's a great question. Now, okay. In general, for me, what I try to tell people, and most American, is I teach them our history here in the United States. Is that first of all, the first country to ever recognize the United States of America as a nation was a Muslim country. It's Morocco, and it was towards the end of the 18th century. 1777 was the treaty of, I think, the Marrakesh, and then it was the ramification of the treaty was in 83, then in 1786, so it became the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. And it's the longest unbroken treaty of peace and friendship between the United States of America and any country in the world.
Wow.
And it's a Muslim country. It really is beautiful. And most people don't know that. Most people don't know that the first nation to stand for the United States of America was Morocco. And what it meant at the time is that it provided protection for the United States to be able to conduct business in the Atlantic Ocean, because at the time you couldn't. You would get attacked by pirates, and the Great Britain was against us, France, and so on and so forth. So other countries had to follow. So that treaty is not only symbolic, but also it helped really establish the United States of America as a legitimate country. So I tell people that, and then I also tell them that, you know, being Muslim in the United States of America nowadays is, of course, it's very difficult because Muslims feel like they're stigmatized. There's this very negative image about Muslim. People don't know what a Muslim is supposed to look like or act like, or you know, we have all this noise and confusing messages. So for me, I look at it as an opportunity to go out and, you know, create just bridge of understanding between myself and other people. So I try to get engaged as much in interfaith dialogue, or just to tell people that I'm Muslim. Because most people, when they look at me, they don't know. They're like, well, you don't look like a Muslim, which is very sad. That we nowadays we have to have, you know, kind of like we have a perception of what a Muslim should look like, or a Christian or a Jewish individual. So I try to break this mold as much as I can. But at the same time, I have to say we live in a great country where we have freedom of religion. So the freedom of religion is you have the right to practice a religion or not to practice a religion. So we're free in this country. So it's a blessing to be a Muslim in America, you know, because in other countries, it's hard just even to worship the way you want to worship, the way you see fit. So I'll take it I don't take it for granted, and I just look at it as a privilege rather than a right.
Beautiful. And have you experienced any prejudice?
Not directly. I have witnessed it.
Oh yeah.
I've witnessed it, and I'm the type of person that will stand up for. You know, if I see something, that I will say something. I will stand for the people. So I had to, you know, on some occasion remind people of what it means to be an American, because a lot of people don't know what it means to be an American, and they don't understand even this great constitution that we have. It's really a fantastic constitution when you look at it, when you read.
So what does it mean to be American?
For me, you know, I just became an American citizen a year ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was July 2016, so a little over a year. And the story that I tell people, what made me want to become an American citizen is I was traveling and I was coming back to the United States, and my green card was set to expire. It was about to expire in like 90 days, you know. So I was coming back, and the immigration officer that welcomed me back to the United States, you know, start talking to me. He's like, "How you doing? Have you been? I see you've been traveling. What do you do?" I tell him I'm an actor, I'm a peace ambassador, I'm a humanitarian, and he was really impressed. And he told me, just in conversation, he said, "You know, you realize your green card is set to expire in about less than 3 months now." I said, "Yeah, I know. That's why I'm back. I need to." My intention was to literally just apply for a renewal of a green card for another 10 years. And he just he told me, have you ever thought of, you know, becoming a U.S. citizen? And I say, you know what, I'm thinking about it, but not really yet, you know. And then he told me, he said, you know, you should. We will be very honored to have you.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah, it would be an honor. And then he said, welcome home. As I was walking
Wow.
in, he told me, welcome home.
That's
And
beautiful.
it really is beautiful. And when I think about it, it just gives me a chills because I never forget this man. I didn't get his name.
Yeah.
And it was just I came home and I called my friend that was going to help me with the process on the paperwork. Eureka, she's from Zambia. I said to Eureka, she was like, I called her and said, Eureka, I want to become a US citizen. Because at that moment I understood what it meant to be an American. More than any other moment. I realized that being American is, it just means, being from, this is this beautiful mosaic of people from all walks of life, and we make this great nation, and we need to embrace our differences,
Yes.
embrace them.
Yes.
We too, of course, we have to acknowledge our similarities, but what makes it incredible, what makes this nation a great place, it makes it great to be an American citizen now, is to know that, we have these people that have different set of values, different traditions, sometimes different culture, within the same nation.
Exactly.
And that's why it makes us special. So I'm very grateful. I'm happy to be an American now.
Beautiful. And
Yeah.
what does one love mean to you?
Yeah, it's funny people ask me that. For me, one love, it means literally what it means. It's like we all part of the same, mankind. Although we're different, we should love one another. We should, really treat other the way we want to be treated. Wish for other, whatever you want for yourself, just wish that upon somebody else, and have that one common love. Love of ourselves, love of others, love of this beautiful planet we live on. And we have to also love nature. We see what's going on here. We live in Southern California.
Yes.
And there's fires everywhere.
Yeah.
It's very sad because we don't think about, how it's affecting us as humans, but it's also affecting animals and
Yes.
the
very
trees
sad,
and our environment. So that's what it means. One love is just, love someone the way you want to be loved.
Yes.
And make that love one. Make it, meaningful, not only for yourself, but for everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. The way I see that is, like, there's different religions, there's different paths to light, to God, whatever you want to call it, right? It's available to us. So however you get to a place of oneness, to the place of one love, doesn't matter, but as long as you get there.
I love
Meaning that you're not looking at our world in a separate way, but you're looking at it as we're all one.
That's
right?
beautiful.
Thank you.
You're the best. I'm gonna steal that definition. I'm gonna go ahead and record. I'm gonna memorize this next time people ask me that question.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I come from former Yugoslavia, which is a place in Europe. There's even a word for it called Balkanization, which is breaking down of, and it's like the three major religions kind of facing each other, right? Christian Orthodox, Catholics, and Islam.
Yeah.
And it's like just this. So people of my tribe are of all those three religions. And so it's just very messy, and I don't even know if it's cleared. I don't even know if we have peace ambassadors and stuff like that.
Well,
At
we
all.
need
Yeah.
peace ambassador from your country, from Serbia for sure.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it. I think you'd be a great peace ambassador.
Well, thank you.
You are already
And
a peace ambassador.
and I'm also from Canada, which I'm super grateful for. So that's where I got to experience, like, be living in a multicultural society in a beautiful way,
Yeah,
where you're learning to love the differences and celebrate the diversity,
it's true.
right? Because like in Canada, what Canada allowed me to experience is, like, if you hated any nation or religion, I have a friend. So I'm like, wait a minute, you're talking about my friend.
Exactly.
So it's like different.
Yeah, it's
So I
personal
can't
to you.
join you. I'm like, no, you're talking about, So
Exactly.
it's real. Where I didn't have that experience in Serbia, because it was just like, okay, these three,
It's true.
right?
Wow.
So that opened up my my mind, and I'm grateful for that experience. So I can't see. Plus, traveling really helps. Like when I started traveling the world and going places, and it really expands your mind because you see other cultures and other communities that have nothing to do with where you're from, and it's just like wow, you know.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's just traveling is the best. I mean, people think that education is only in the classroom,
Yeah.
classroom setting, but really, I mean, you should never cease learning.
Yeah.
You should always educate yourself, and I think traveling is a great teacher. Because
Yeah.
like for instance, a lot of Americans, when they ask me, well, I ask them, what does it mean to be an American? A lot of people don't know because they've never traveled outside of the United States of America.
Yes.
And once they travel, they realize that they will understand what it means to be American.
Yeah.
Once you go overseas, people that don't care if you're black or Latino, if you're Asian or Caucasian or Native American, or it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You have an American passport, they just treat you a certain way.
Yeah.
They treat you based on your nationality rather than your ethnicity.
Yes.
So I think it's important to encourage people to travel. We should do that more.
Definitely expands your world.
Yeah.
So what is a humanitarian, and how did you become one?
What happened is I've always had a great deal of respect and admiration for people that seem to put others before themselves, or at least treat others with the same level of urgency and care than they will do for themselves. So in a world where I see a lot of people when I travel, whether I'm acting or I'm working as a peace ambassador, I come across people that do the work. They're out there working, they're not looking for the spotlight. They're out there doing what they love to do, and that inspired me, and something that I've been always doing because I come from a large family, and I have 6 sisters and 3 brothers. It's 10 of us, and when you come from such a large family, you learn to share, you learn to give, and you learn to pass down things to other people. Things that you're not using anymore, you don't just throw it away. You find somebody, you locate someone that may use it. So what I decided to do is, when I travel for work, whenever I can, it happened organically at first, but now I'm starting my own nonprofits because I'm able to find places or find people that need my help.
Yeah.
And I try to make a difference. So I try to when I'm here in LA, I'm working with the youth. I'm working with the underprivileged children. I'm working with my friend that I mentioned earlier, Moumad, who's also was involved with a nonprofit. It's called the Family Bridge Foundation. So we feed the homeless here in LA, and we do a lot of things for people that need. So for me, I think everybody here should be a humanitarian. Everyone should do something for someone else, and it could be your immediate family. It could be
giving back, right?
Give back.
So whatever that.
Yeah, and it's not just giving money. I realized that I give a story as a Muslim. A lot of people don't really know Islam as much as they would like to, or they should. Just like I know Christianity because I live in a country where there's a lot of Christians, a lot of Jews around me, and so on and so forth. So I think it's important that I need to learn other people's belief system for me to better understand them. So in Islam, during the month of Ramadan is the 9th month in the Islamic calendar, in which Muslims around the world fast from sunrise to sunset every day. And
So you do that too?
Yes, I do that.
Do you end up losing weight or like?
I do. Well, it's funny. Is a lot of Muslims end up gaining weight because what happens is that they will just eat a lot at night. You shouldn't do. But for me, because I continue going to the gym.
Yes.
I continue being active. It's actually, I think it's great. Fasting is good for your body, your mind, and your spirit and your soul.
Sorry, you were saying.
It's the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, and at the end of the month, there's one of the most important holiday in Islam. It's Eid al-Fitr. Mm-hmm. You have Eid al-Adha, which is the Eid. Eid means literally celebration or festivity or festival. So it's the festival at the end of the month of Ramadan. It is encouraged that you should celebrate this great month. It's a great accomplishment to fast for a month. So you should celebrate with your family and loved one. And the way to celebrate is also to give money or resources. Back in the days it was food, obviously, but not to give to the needy, people that need it the most. And I wanted to give to people, but people discourage you. When you want to do good, people discourage you. For instance, I want to give to a homeless, but people will tell you, don't give to this guy. He may not use it for the right purposes. You might take the money
Oh, I see, yeah.
and use it for drugs or alcohol. But in reality, once you give, you've done your job.
I see.
You're not responsible for, if you give me something and I accept it, I humbly accept your gift, you're getting the reward no matter what I do with that money. The money has to be redeemed prior to the prayer to be accepted.
Yeah.
After that, it's considered just like a donation. You still get reward for it, but it's not as important as a reward because it's more of the meaning and the intention behind the gift. So I was on the phone with my friend and I'm driving and I'm trying to find someone, and I look to my right, I'm at the red lights and it's early in the morning. There's nobody in LA. It's 5:30, 6 a.m. It was a Sunday, and I look. There's a homeless who's sleeping on the bench, and I'm like, I tell my friend, I say, look, let me call you back. So I'm literally waking up this guy at 6 in the morning, and I'm like, hey man, it's 6:30. I said, I honked, he didn't hear me, finally he woke up and he comes running. He goes, what's going on? I say, I just want to give you some money, and I'm like, but I felt the need to explain to him what it was. Mm-hmm. So I said, and I think it's $15 per person. It's not much, $15 per person. So I give him $20. I didn't have any change. And I tell him that you got to promise me that you're going to use this for food, man. Please, I'm Muslim. And the guy goes, oh man, salamu alaikum, brother. Oh, yeah. He starts like, well man, you Muslim? Oh, mashallah. He starts like reciting the Fatiha. He's like, start reciting the verse of the Quran. And he goes, hold on. He takes the money and he puts it in his right pocket. And he's like, he had money in his left pocket. So he pulls out the money. He goes, I don't even want your money to touch this money. He goes, I don't even want that money. I promise you, brother, I swear to God that I will eat with it. And then he started telling me, he goes, I haven't had a meal in 3 days. He basically told me that he hasn't had food in 3 days. Yeah. And it made me realize, like, how many people around us that we don't give them anything because we have perception on, I may give him something, and this act of charity is not gonna. Yeah, there's a fear. There's a fear. Yeah. And you got to get past that fear. Yeah. So it was from that point on. I just now when I see somebody, I stop and I give them something. And sometimes they say no. They say no, thank you, I'm full. Or no, I don't want your money. Or no. Or if it's just a smile, or if we just talk, we exchange. We have to. We're losing that human connection. Yeah. So I'm trying to, at my level, to, really work on that human connection and give it a purpose. Yeah. So I encourage people to do the same because as we have more and more homeless, more and more people are deprived. It's a big problem. There's a lot of young people from young generation, like teenagers, that are homeless. So I love being involved as humanitarian because I feel like I gain more than it has helped me and benefited me more than it has benefited others. I really feel it. I feel blessed. Makes sense.
I've heard that before too. Because that's when it opens our heart and it makes us better people, like you are.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you for doing this.
Oh, my pleasure. It's an honor. And
thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks everyone for watching and keep us in your...
And where can people find you and follow your work and your projects and everything?
I actually have a website now that my brother-in-law made me this beautiful website when I was in France. It's a good place to find me. It's www. My first name KAMAL, last name Moumad MOUMMAD.fr, like France. www.kamalmoummad.fr.
Awesome. So I'll post links to this video.
Yeah, and put some links in. Awesome. Please.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
One love.
One love.